here in the screen is a Moodle site. So this is a particular Moodle, which is the Moodle that we provide in the cloud modality, which is Moodle Rooms, but this is essentially a Moodle site. And I also have here a different LMS, which is Blackboard Learn. So to give you an idea, Blackboard Learn is the LMS that is used in Italy by Cattolica and by Bocconi, but probably the most spread solution in Italy is Moodle, sorry. So I'm going to make this presentation to show you how AllY works in Moodle. So the first thing is that, well, this is a teaching and learning platforms, and as a provider, we put a lot of effort in making this accessible. So this platform is compliant with the AA, with the AA level of accessibility, with the 3W consortium guidelines. And the only problem is that if the teacher, uploads content or create content in the platform that is not accessible, then that is a problem for the people that requires to use a screen reader or other kind of assistive technology. So that is why we are launching AllY. So AllY is a solution that helps institutions with the accessibility problem, specifically with the content accessibility inside of the LMS. So I am in a Moodle course, and I am logged in as a teacher. So you see that I have content here, and you see that close to the content, I have this little icon, which you see here is red. So it's pointing at an accessibility problem. So this means that if I click here as a teacher, I'm going to get some guidance on how to fix the accessibility problems. You will notice immediately that this is localized to Italian. So even when the content is not in Italian, you can see that the platform is fully localized and the accessibility solution is localized. So here you see that we have this image, and this image is not very accessible. So it has a score of 25%. And here is the problem. So this image doesn't have an alternative description. So this means that any person using a screen reader will not be able to know what's inside this image or what this image represents. So here for the teacher, we have a couple of things. So first, we have an explanation on why is this important, and also how to write a proper description for an image. And we also have how to fix it. So here you can say, well, what are the elements of a good description and how to do it. And you see that we have like different pages. So actually, well, we are helping teachers on doing the right thing. And the good thing is that even here, directly from here, we can either indicate if this is a decorative image, or we can add a description. So here I just say, well, this is a graph describing a process. So when I click here, you see that immediately the accessibility rating has been updated, and well, it just tells me that this is solved. And if there are any other problems, it will get me to solve them as well. So I'm simply going to close. So this is the first thing that AllY does. It helps teachers to create content that is accessible. Imagine that there are many teachers that never had someone with disabilities on their class, so they might not have the knowledge, or they might not have the sensibility on how to address this, and what are the problems that they cause when the content is not accessible. So here we have another case. In this case is a PDF. So here accessibility is very, very low, and this is because there are no tags in this PDF. So again, it will explain why tags are important accessibility wise, and it will help us to create one tag, and we will be able to upload it. So just for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to show you how a teacher will do this. So I'm going to my other screen, and what I'm going to do is to upload one document to the platform. So for us, that is very, very simple. So we are simply going to drag and drop the content inside of the platform. So in this case, it's going to be a Word document. And well, let me just quickly show what is inside of this document. So this is a biography of the singer Bruce Springsteen, but actually this document has been created without using any of the let's say features in Word. So for example, this is not a title, so this is just a bigger a letter with well, with bold characters. Again, this is not title, this is just a different color. Then we have the paragraphs. Then we have here a table. So in this table we have no headers, so this is just bold characters. So actually, if we try to read this with a screen reader, well, you know that this is going to be completely a mess, and that will make the life of the person reading it with the screen reader like very difficult. So I'm just going to refresh. So you see that now this has been processed by Blackboard AllY, and we have identified the accessibility issue. So in this case, well, you see that this is the problem. This document is more accessible than the one that we had before, but still is quite problematic. So here the teacher will have the ability to, well, learn how to do it better, and also to upload the fixed document. So actually I have a fixed document, so I have already created it. So let me quickly find it. So I'm just going to upload it. And you see that is quite easy, and it will just process it, and it will tell us that this has been updated. And well, here, well, we're doing this, but there are still more problems, so we can still work to work other problems that we might find in this document. So this is important because this will help the teacher to create accessible content. But now let's join this course as a student, and in order to do this, I'm going to use the Moodle feature, which is to change my role. So here I'm going to be a learner, I'm going to be a student. Okay, so now I am here in the course as a student, and you see that, well, the interface has changed a little bit. So remember that we had this document, and this document was like not accessible at all. So the innovation, what AllY provides, is a way of providing alternative formats and injecting some fixes in that document. So as a student, I can simply click here, and here I'm going to get accessible versions for this document. So the system is offering me an HTML version, it's offering me an EPUB version, it's offering me an electronic braille version, and even an audio format. So this is not only for people that has any kind of disability, this is designed for all. So this means that you may want to use an EPUB version because you might want to read it in your tablet, but then you might want to have an audio version of this document because you might be in public transportation and it's going to be easy to listen at this document. So this is the great thing that AllY provides you with, which is even if the teacher is not doing anything with the content, it has like some automatic improvements. So I'm just going to download the HTML document. So we do this on demand. And here we have the HTML version. So this is the content of the document, is put in a HTML format. So this is going to be easily readable by the by any reader. So if I come back here, well, I can do that again. For example, I can get this in an EPUB version. So I should be able to very quickly, whoops, let me just get that out of the way, very quickly have it converted in the EPUB format. So actually it will be like easier for me just to change color or have it bigger or change the font or whatever I want to do. So you see that this is quite easy for the end user. So actually we have all the technology to do this in the background. So your LMS will connect to AllY, and we will analyze your content. We will help your teachers. Well, I know you don't have teachers as such, but you understand the language. We will help your teachers to update their content and make it more accessible. And even if there's content that is still going to be not very accessible, we are going to provide you with automated alternative versions. So this will really help a lot the students, and not only those with disabilities, but also the people that may have, well, some different preferences or learning styles. So I'm going back to where I was, to the front page of my Moodle site. And the next thing I wanted to show you are the reports. So another one of the problems that institutions have is that they don't have a clear vision on how accessible their content is. And this is because, well, it's quite difficult to track. So what we provide with AllY is this report. So this is going to tell you how accessible your content is, and this is with AllY, well, with AllY or without AllY. So actually, it will. Well, this is not very representative because this is just a demo system, but it will tell you per month or per year. So how accessibility is evolving in your institution. Then you have how many courses you have, what is the total content created, whether you have images, you have documents, you have videos, and here you have well, how accessible it's becoming. Also, you can see like the most common problems. So for example, let's check. Well, we don't have any, let's say, grave problem. We have some others that are quite serious. So actually, you can have an idea on what are like the main accessibility issues for one particular course. So you will be able to, well, pinpoint the problems and maybe offer training or try to help instructors or other stakeholders with those particular problems. So it's really the complete solution. So it brings you, well, how to help your people with creating accessible content. It helps your students to get accessible formats, and also it gives you an idea on how accessible you are as an institution, and that also allows you to improve. So I'm going to